And yours truly, I'm the Chief Diversity Officer for Southwestern. Oh, my name. My name is L.E. You might hear people calling me Lester or Lester Girl, but call me L.E. So it's only one of me, it's just I have several names. I would also like to introduce those of the collaborative leadership team that are here today. Some of our priority team leaders are here, our accountability partners, and I'm going to ask that they will stand so that you will know who they are. We have Dr. Alicia Johnson. She is our values priority team coordinator. We have Mrs. Hazel Lamont. She's our economics priority team coordinator. We have the one and only, the Reverend himself, Pastor McCoy. He's our priority team coordinator for family, children, and education. We have Mr. Whitfield, who is here, who is our co-coordinator for our systems team. Again, and give yourselves a hand. Thank you so much for being here. So as I said, today is more so about building relationships and building the muscle and the skills that we need to use those relationships to move the community forward. I say that to say that when you think, or when one thinks about the state of the African American community, we think about all the bad stuff that's going on, right? We think about all the inequities, we think about the inequalities. However, today I'm not going to spend time talking about the stuff that most of us already know. I'm really, as a person, I'm really solution oriented. Especially when I know a problem, something that I'm living, something that I've experienced, an issue or dilemma that someone that is close to me that is experiencing. I don't want to spend all my time evaluating the problem. And that does have its place, and there are people who have that gift to evaluate that problem, to define that problem, that will help those like me, and those of us that are here today that are like me, help solve that solution. And there are some people that do both, right? But today I want to talk about the set of people and the set of activities that have been going on in Battle Creek for about the last 3 years to address the inequities and inequalities and those that are suffering in our community. So about 3 years ago, the African American community, some leaders got together and decided there are problems, there are issues, and we continue to talk about those problems and don't get together to solve those problems. Those will be our problems 50 years from now. And so a group of 40 leaders got together and met over 3 months. The first 2 months they met every single Friday at 12 noon, sometimes 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and they began strategizing on how to address the inequities and inequalities and the issues and the dilemmas in the African American community specifically. And so we've been meeting for the past 3 years, and there has been a wonderful and a beautiful evolution of how we want to work together to address these inequities and inequalities in the African American community. So today I just want to turn to the second document that you received. And if you go to the second page there, first page talks about that history that I just mentioned. But if you go to the second page, the top it says data review. And I'm just going to skate through this, or skate over it if you will. You will see what I did is I went through each data point and I circled where it said black. And if you don't have one, I apologize. They're right in the back of the table. We have plenty. And I circled and I looked at those numbers and I seen that in every instance and at every data point, the African American community is at the lowest, right? And so for me and where I'm at and my personality and for how I work, I said, okay, now let's get to the part that says, what are we going to do about it, right? Well, for me, right? All right. So we got together, we had the African American Collaborative, we had the opportunity to to work with some experts in the area of community engagement and solving problems. And we had the opportunity to meet with a group of people from Nexus Community Partners there in St. Paul, Minnesota. And what we really did was after having the opportunity to meet with them, they had a framework that they used for community engagement. And that community engagement was centered around those who are experiencing inequities and inequalities were at the forefront of transforming their own lives. So they had a three-part framework where it says our approach: authorship, leadership, and ownership. And in short, that says that we as African Americans, or if it's the Latino American community, or it's the Burmese community, or any other community, the LGBT community that are experiencing inequities and inequalities in the community, whatever that marginalized community is, whoever those people are, they have the rights and they have the opportunity to author the change and the transformation that they want to see. Then they're given the opportunity